Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Philip the Mile High Mouth, and today we're going to take a look at a game that should have been on the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2, like almost a decade ago. Seriously. Holy goodness. Also, thank you, Digital Eclipse. Thank you, Atari. And yeah, it's a Disney Afternoon collection of all the things that they could take forever to bring over to the Nintendo Switch. I mean, I've had this on Series X and PlayStation for a while. Now, bringing it over to the Nintendo Switch, they added some games. They added Bonkers, Totally Nuts, and Goof Troop, the Super Nintendo games. But you've one thing I thought was a shame that they didn't do, and they still haven't done it, is where are my different versions of these? I mean, so many of Digital Eclipse is new releases, like new collections and stuff, have prototypes, they have regional differences. I mean, I look at DuckTales, right? I'm like, okay, cool, DuckTales. Can I get the Japanese edition of that? Can I get the Game Boy version of that? I mean, there's a Game Boy version of DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, and DuckTales 2. And, yeah. Also, I think there's a Genesis version of Bonkers, if I remember correctly. I might be misremembering it, but I'm not sure if there was or not. But yeah, why not include the Game Boy versions? The physics are different, and the graphics are different. What's funny is that if you go to the museum here in their gallery, they're like, hey, here's some stuff about these original artwork. Yeah, they'll show up, like, wait, let me get back from there. Where's the one? Odds and ends. You have these, like some of those posters. It would have been cool if they did the television commercial. That would have been kind of cool. Yeah, like look here. Here's a Japanese commercial for those for Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, and here's comparisons between those in the Game Boy versions, which, by the way, the Game Boy versions have slightly different physics. There's stuff that was changed a bit in those. For example, you can see that there's some pretty decent differences between those. And to that point, I feel like they should have included those. That said, I'm pretty happy that this is finally here. There's, of course, the music tests and all that for all these. But imagine how much more in-depth this would be if they had the Game Boy versions of those. Because the music is slightly different on those, too. And let's go to the options. There's your button configurations. We're not going to mess with those. Oh. If you are a person that wants to mess with those, like, let's say, you know what? I'm just going to hit these configurations. We're gonna hit change controls. Okay, so moving left, down. Oh great. No. Oh no, this is bad. Oh no. Start. Rewind. Whoops. No. Let's reset that. Okay. Golly. Okay, let's try this again. Up, down, oh. Gross. Okay, select, start, B, A, R, L, C, R. Okay, let's reset. Okay. Sorry. Let's try this again. Up, left, down, right. Select, start, B, A, and then for the pause we're going to do R, and for the rewind we're doing L. Okay, so if I set it like this, then I can go over to here. Let's do controllers. Where did I put those? Here we go. You know what I'm doing. Okay, we're doing that. Bloop. Come on. Do the right thing. Come on. Okay, let's do Hold that down. There it goes. Yeah. I'm just gonna use an NES controller. I have NES controllers and I have the Famicom ones that they put out. I like those. And the reason that I put I wanted to change that to LNR is mainly because of this. Watch, you'll see. Yay! Now we could be like, oh, do we want this on monitor or do you want a TV? There's the original size, which, nah. Fool, there's widescreen if you're evil. Now, I know some people don't particularly like scan lines. This I like because it's more, it's actually a good filter. This one is closer to what I would be using because I used to just have, on my NES, Super Nintendo, etc., I had AV inputs and I had a Commodore 64 monitor. And yeah. Oh, you can change the button configurations inside the games too or whatever. But yeah. I know a lot of people would like to jump to the moon, but I always felt like the Amazon is actually the first actual level. Okay, there we go. Bum 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 bum. Oh no. Ah. Come on. Come on. Okay, let's bounce and got it. Oop. Boom bum bum bum. Nah, there's some stuff in there where certain stuff is slightly different on the Game Boy version. So that's actually why I kind of wish it were included, because I feel like it's there are certain things that you can do in the Game Boy version that you can't do in the NES version and vice versa, because the physics are slightly different. The physics and timing are different. Oh, stupid thing. Okay. Huh. Okay. No. Ugh. Boo. Wait, which one was it? One of these. There it is. Ah! Oh, wait. Oh, no. No. Oh, yeah, there's a rewound option. No. Let's take them out. Hey, maybe we'll get lucky and it'll give us a healing item. All right. No. No. Nope. Okay. No. You know, I'm old, so I don't care that some people think the rewind feature is cheating. No. 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 I'm not gonna get hit by you. Gosh dang it. Nope. Got him. Avoided that. No. Okay. No. No. Why would that? Boy. Yeah, there are some very big differences actually between those two. And I'm like, oh, if you're trying to go for a specific high score, you can pay Launchpad McQuack to give you a lift back and then double up on different money. No, we're not gonna do it. We're not even gonna bother with that other side. Because there's a thing there where it makes you like pay something, and you have to do it on the Switch. Sorry, on the Nintendo one. You don't on the NES one. I think that was it. No. No. Oh, dang it. No. Okay. Boo, boo. Nope. I've played through the Game Boy one so often that like some of the weird timing on the NES one is like so different to me. Yeah. 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 It's this area. Yeah, you don't you don't have to pay that in the use your game to defeat treasure keepers. Okay. Cool. Oh. Well, he's got a extra life. Hmm. Boop. 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 Got him. Alright, there we go. Now I know there's secret treasures or whatnot. But yeah, there we go. First one down. Save. And let's quit out of there. And let's take a look at some of the other games. Actually, I'm going to hit these ones real quick and see how to play. Oh my gosh. Whoops. I may need to change the, you know, I might need to switch to a Super Nintendo controller. I've got one of those laying around. Yeah, let's see what this one says. I always thought of Bonkers as being more close to, Bubsy. That's what it makes me think of. Yeah. Whereas Chippendale's Rescue Rangers reminds me of Mickey Mousecapades. Not Mousecapades. Yeah, Mickey Mousecapades. On the, there's a Game Boy game where you have, like, you can pick up stuff. We have a new assignment. Our cute little neighbor Mandy has lost her kitten. I say this is a job for the Rescue Rangers. Yeah. One thing I love about this is that these being available on modern consoles makes it easier for people that want to find these games and play these games to find them and play them. It's not the same as buying it physically, but Chippendales Rescue Rangers and Chippendales Rescue Rangers 2 and DuckTales 2 are ridiculously expensive. More expensive than they should be because they're not really that good. Yeah. This one, you can lift things. Look, there's a little sweat running down. Oops. I didn't realize that would hurt me like that. Nope. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna let those things do whatever they're doing. Bloop. But yeah, to be perfectly honest, it feels great like playing these ones with an NES controller. I'm gonna have to go grab the Super Nintendo one for the other games. Oh look, we have a little zipper friend, and he works a little bit like the flies in Binding of Isaac. The Binding of Zipper. Yep. Oop. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. Oh, I can pick those up too, huh? Oh, no. Nope. Got him. I like that this is reusable. Oh my gosh, I forgot you can hide in those. That's funny. Oh no. Nice. Okay, nope. Wow. I guess it's not coming back down, is it? Okay. Hey, that was a wasp. Really? 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 Boom, got it. Got him. What are we even collecting those things for? I mean, I forgot what those do. Boop. Oh. Hey, some puzzle solving, if you will. Hmm. Ooh. Thank you, Monty. What are we supposed to do with this? Oh no. Wait. Let's not get hit by that then. Nope. Oh, I can shoot that up. Forgot. Boop. Got him. Now that we're here, I've already caught your precious gadget. Now on, she's inventing things for me. Blah, 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 blah. We don't really. Gadget's kind of useless. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Bloop. This is pretty decent. Okay, let's get out and let's take a look at some of the other games in here. There's Tailspin. We're just gonna play the NES ones for the most part. We'll grab the Super Nintendo controller and play the other ones later. I feel like Tailspin and Darkwing Duck and most of the Disney Afternoon stuff has been done dirty by Disney, which Disney doesn't seem to care about, like, their properties. For example, there's a with Tailspin, they put out the whole series. The whole TV series is on DVD. It's a little hard to get a hold of some of those parts now, but the whole series is on DVD. And it's uncut. Except for the fact that it's missing the movie version of the pilot. Now, if you watch the episodes that make up the pilot are there, but there's a song missing from those. Now the movie version, there were movie versions of Darkly Dawns the Duck, which is the little pilot, the pilot movie for Darkwing Duck, and then the pilot movie for Tailspin. The pilot movie for Tailspin is missing a song. The pilot for Darkwing Duck, that pilot movie for that one, it had, okay, so let me reiterate that differently. Okay, so there are movie versions of the first couple episodes, and then they later split those couple episodes into separate episodes. So the movie pilot came first. Now the movie pilot for Darkwing Duck and the movie pilot for Tailspin are longer, because the Tailspin one has a song that they cut when they took the movie and chopped it into episodes, and the Darkwing Duck one is also missing some scenes, which they removed when they chopped it up into episodes. And neither of those are available anywhere else other than VHS, which is a real shame. That said, let's go here. So, I like Tailspin. I feel like it was one of those where not enough people appreciated it. It was kind of great. And you have the whole Cloud Kicker thing. And one thing that I'm pretty happy about, oh my gosh, your firing rate is terrible. I think this was easier on the Game Boy. Yeah. Oh gosh. I get it. I get why people don't particularly like this one, because it's better. It is better paced on the on the Game Boy for no good reason. Yeah, it's a better Game Boy game than it is a NES game. music's fine. But yeah, you flip this over and it automatically does that. I've seen shooters that do that, but your fire rate is not good. Your the way it uses, like, your screen hit detection is also not good. Oh my gosh. No. 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 Yeah, I think it's because, like, they changed the way your shots are positioned in the in the NES one, and that's a bit of a shame. Ugh. Alright. And these. At least it doesn't have like that problem that some shooters do where touching the bottom of the screen will hurt you. Here you have the aiming is bad. This is bad. Like, you aim and it does yeah. When you dive, it does bad things. Okay. Oh. No. Okay, let's bring it back up. Oh golly, there's a... Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A bunch. Okay. Aw. Really? No. No. How do you avoid that? Okay. At least I can hit it with that. Oh. Ah. The controls are so... No. The controls are so... No. Yeah, the controls are garbage. Ugh. No. Wow. Tailspin is terrible on the NES. I beat this one on the Game Boy because it plays better. That's really one of the reasons why they should have included the Game Boy games. Because the Game Boy game version of Tailspin is actually better. Okay. Darkwing Duck. There's also some weird hit detection with this one too. So I'm like, oh, the timing is different. And that's why they really should do that. But this one's pretty great. Okay, yeah. I skipped these. Yay. Foul. You know, Darkwing Duck had an odd bit of an ending. There was some stuff in there where I'm just like, remember when they did the Justice Ducks thing? And they're like, oh, here's Morgana and a couple other things. And there were characters in there that they hadn't actually introduced in the series. And I'm like, okay. I did like the whole thing between the rivalry between Gizmo Duck and Darkwing Duck was pretty great. But also, they actually had a pretty promising thing near. There's an episode where Taurus Bulba comes back. Like, if you remember Taurus Bulba from the original pilot, yeah, he technically died, and then Fowl brought him back, and he's like, and he was kind of, it's like, oh no, he's actually a threat, because like he has like all these cybernetic attachments and stuff, and he knows Darkwing Duck's secret identity. He knows where his hideout is, all that stuff. So I was like, Taurus Bulba was going to be like a major threat. Well, there's some stuff where I'm like, some of these, like there's a villain in here, like the whole wolf duck thing, where I'm like, what? I don't think they, I don't remember that in any of the episodes of this. Like, that's something I guess they made for the game. But some of these ones, like, I always felt like the Rogues Gallery that Darkwing Duck had was pretty great. Like, they had, like, the stuff with Bushroot was pretty good. They did some pretty good stuff with, like, Megavolt. Generally, Darkwing Duck's a good series. And I just wish they'd, I wish they'd let it, like, it really did set up a bunch of stuff that they never got to pay off. Because it would have been nice. It got to be kind of episodic, but I do feel like it would have been nice to see them do something with like, Darkwing Duck properly. Especially considering, like, some of those episodes, man, some of those episodes are fantastic. Like, you have some really good ones. And they set up that whole thing with, like, they kind of retconned a bunch of stuff with Negaduck. Now, there was that DuckTales reboot thing that they did, where they spent, like, what was it, like half a season setting up some modern audience garbage for Webby, for Webbygale. They're like, you know, we're just gonna make her the main character now. And you're like, really? I mean, I like that, like, like, she's not, what they did is they made her too much like Mabel from Gravity Falls, which doesn't help that I think it's like, what was it, kind of like the same voice actor or whatever. But then they spent all that time setting up like Magic of the Spell, and then they abandoned some stuff in there where I'm like, yeah, that didn't really pay off well. Like the whole Della Duck thing. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing, but yeah, I think the problem with that one is that they tried to make it too serialized. Now, the original one wasn't serialized. It had some standalone episodes, etc. And you had just stuff was like, oh, part 1, part 2, etc. That was kind of what they did. I really kind of feel like that's what they should do with these types of shows. Make standalone episodes, and then make some that are kind of like related to whatever overarching plot the modern audience wants. But just then do standalone episodes too. Kind of like, I think Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. There were episodes that are, quote, standalone and episodes that are, quote, complex. And the idea is that you have a overarching complex story, but that doesn't stop them from making, like, these, and they just kind of like, they would just, you know, mark them so that people wouldn't be too worried about it. I don't know why like you would be. I mean, it used to be that stuff wasn't serialized, and that was pretty good. Oh well. Anyways, I kind of feel like I wouldn't mind seeing that with like this stuff, but really I think what we really need now, first at least, is Darkwing Duck and Tailspin and DuckTales on Blu-ray. I mean, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers has a Blu-ray of the whole series. It's like the least of those series. I mean, Gummy Bears is a better show. Like, let's just be honest. Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers it's okay. I mean, we can all goon to a gadget or whatever. But no, as far as these go, Gummy Bears was a superior TV series. And Darkwing Duck is a superior TV series. Tailspin is a better series. I would put Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. It's fun. There's some pretty decent episodes. Some weirdly racist ones. But then it wasn't just like as good as like some of the other stuff. Gargoyles was great, and all of that, except for like that weird season that didn't have Greg Weisman attached to it, are on DVD. That's at least complete. But we really do need like Blu-ray releases, and then ones that like restore the movies. I would like that. And I don't think Disney's ever going to do that, because for some reason they stopped selling physical stuff at a good price. And then when people didn't buy things at that good price or better price, they're like, well, I guess physical media doesn't sell. Which, ugh. No, physical media sells if you price it correctly. That's how capitalism works. Anyways, yeah, this character here, Wolf Duck or whatever, I don't remember that from any of the episodes. I kind of feel like they should put Cracker Jack in like a toy factory or something. That would make sense. The other thing doesn't make as much sense. Boop. Need your help. Yeah, I know. Boop doop 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 boop doop boop bum 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 ba-dum bum. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, you don't have to worry too much about those. I mean, I've got like the heavy gas canister stuff. I don't really need to worry about it. Oh, by the way, you can switch those with that. See? It's just more or less for scores, or to get extra lives. That's a gag. Don't touch it. Oh. Oh. No. Eh. I will eventually get, Oh no. This is what I wanted. This is the useful one. Because, like, it uses, like, 3 gas things at the same time. But also, ugh. It has a neat little thing that it does. Ugh. Well, I'm glad that that healed me, at least. This is, Oh, I want that. Ugh. Whatever. No! We're okay, we're okay. That doesn't actually hurt us. It's just more annoying than anything else. Yay! Come on. Yeah, there we go. But no, the arrows, well, the arrows can take out enemies a lot quicker. The little, like, for example, here, let me show you what the arrow does. Oh, let me... Okay, it's not gonna let me... You know what? Okay. So the arrow, on some surfaces, it can create a platform for you to... Whoop. No. It can create a platform for you to, Oh. Ah. Yike. Ugh. Oh, by the way, some projectiles you can block. But yeah, these, you can use them as platforms. So that's why they're useful. Oh no. Oop. Got him. No, no. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Got it. Oh no. Wait. Okay. That one. Whoop. Okay, I guess not. Really? No. No! Gosh dang it. You know what? No. What? No. Oh my god. Oh, whatever. We're not gonna get that. Not gonna worry about that one either. Oh, these are annoying because they only have one hit spot, and it's the blinky thing on the top of their head. Got him. Nope. Yeah, like I said, this thing has some serious no, okay. Oh? There we go. That's what. Got him. Ugh. At least this guy's not too bad. Like, this is a good spot. There's a lot of, like, Mega Man style enemy control, where you're sitting there trying to figure out the best way to avoid getting hit. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Yeah, the timing is different on the NES. I hear you, Maya. Okay. I'm just glad there's no time limit. That would have been annoying. Oh no. Got him. Got him. Oh, finally. We can't actually jump past him, so we're gonna have to bop him. No? Okay. But, nope. Wow. Look at that. There's that wonderful NES jank. So he's invincible when this happens. Yep. Aw, jeepers. No. No. You just kind of wail into him on that one. Yep. Not too bad once you get the hang of it. Ugh. Let's do that. Oh, I forgot I could do that. Got him. Yep. Oh, I think we finished up the... Yeah, when you finish up the first three, then there's another three that happens. And then, you have one final level where you take on Steelbeak. Also, you can't re-enter levels on the NES one. But yeah, let's do that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. Yeah, they released these and they're okay. It took them a while, and I really feel like there should have been more added to it. But it's good. Like DuckTales and DuckTales, like how much is DuckTales currently? Let me check price charting actually. Price charting. Remember, this is like I think this is $20 if you get it digitally, and I know there's a physical version that includes some stuff. Yeah, loose DuckTales 2 is $308. DuckTales Loose is $27, which isn't too bad. DuckTales 2 Game Boy, which isn't included, is $38. But yeah, NES DuckTales 2 is $308 loose. Yeah. Okay, let's see what Tailspin is on that. Tailspin. Oh, Leo. Tailspin. All the trouble we get in another tailspin. Bum bum. Tailspin for the NES is $20. Okay, let's look at Goof Troop for the Super Nintendos. Goof Troop for the Super Nintendos is $25.95 loose. Let's look at Chip and Dale's Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. It's not their Rescue Rangers. It's they are like Rescue Rangers. Yeah. Anyways, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2 is $395 loose, and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is $20. Well, $19.79. So, the NES stuff's not too hard to get a hold of. The PAL stuff is not too hard to get a hold of, but you know, there's region locking on the original NES. But yeah, okay, let's see what Darkwing Duck is on those. Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck is pretty good on that. What would be funny is they're like, hey, we're adding the Game Boy games, and then here's the TurboGrafx 16 Darkwing Duck. And everyone will be like, oh! That would be funny, though. Especially considering Darkwing Duck NES loose is $70. The Game Boy version is loose about $40. The TurboGrafx 16 version, which is terrible, is $160 loose because of an Angry Video Game Nerd episode. Which, most of those episodes, the majority of his stuff just says he didn't read the instruction manual. Like, many of the complaints are like, hey, you could have read the instruction manual, and then you'd be good. Literacy. Read things. Learn to read. If you don't know how to read, learn to read. Oh, my God. Anyways, yeah, these are kind of like, every single game in here is kind of pricey, but they're all pretty decent, and also, it's a good deal. Get like that little rewind feature and stuff, and you've seen me use it quite a bit, mainly because the timing is different on these. If it were the Game Boy ones, I mean, I can play Darkwing Duck on the Game Boy pretty much flawlessly, like without getting hit, that type of thing, and not so on the NES because the timing is different. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. Hit that thumbs up, the share button, the subscribe button. Ring that little bell so you're notified whenever we have a brand new video here on Area DMG. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up. Morning, Maya.